Are you tired of the endless supply of terrible storytelling? Of uninspiring, nihilistic stories that permeate most of modern day entertainment? Are you tired of the diversity, equality, and inclusion standards that are forced upon movie creators and actors? Well, so are we. So go with us on a journey as we chronicle for you the latest news in entertainment, as we discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly of the film industry, and as we pave a way forward to see the kingdom of Christ grow and the dragon of secularism meet its end. Now, if you want to support us in our mission, please head over to patreon.com/the Powell Bros, or follow the link in the show notes. There, you will gain access to our exclusive show, the Powell Bros Mini Reviews, as well as early access to both Movie Chronicles and movie reviews. Now, on with the show.
All right, welcome back to Movie Chronicles with the Powell Bros. We are here yet again. We got another episode for you guys, fresh after Thanksgiving. And yeah, I'm one of your hosts, Tobiah Powell, joined with Trent Powell.
How's it going?
Trent, how you doing?
Doing well. Great to be here.
Nice. Yeah.
It's another week. How was your Thanksgiving?
Not bad. It was good.
Yeah.
Ate a lot of food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have to. Then you get leftovers for
for
days. Sure. We have too many leftovers. We're gonna try to eat them fast.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Cool. Well, have you seen a lot over this holiday? I know I've seen a couple things.
Like as far as news?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few things. Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Which kind of warrants a discussion that I want to have that I think I'd mentioned a couple weeks ago. But yeah, I mean, it's not a whole lot going on, really. Maybe that's just because it's holidays, things slow down as far as movies and production and different news and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have anything? Start us out.
Well, we got some things that are coming out soon. I mean, December's got quite a bit.
Yes, a lot.
And
I
mean, we got
ready for that.
Sort of Craven's December, right?
Yeah, Craven's in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
What are you? Let's just stop there real quick. Craven, are you looking forward to it? Like after everything that we've gotten from Sony, this is the first rated R film.
Right.
First time seeing Craven on the big screen. What are your thoughts?
I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily know what to expect,
right?
Other than a Sony movie. So, other than that, I mean, but it looks like a decent movie, and it's something to look forward to, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, I mean, we got the new Lion King movie coming out, which looks like complete trash.
All right, question: Do you think Mufasa is going to hit $1 billion like its predecessor?
No, not at all.
No, I still don't know
Nobody's
how.
Nobody's going to see that because, especially because, it comes out the same day as Sonic 3.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, both these movies.
Yeah.
Sonic does really good in the box office. Not as good as like Lion King did, or even a lot of the live action adaptations for Disney. Remember, Little Mermaid made like $500 or $600 million. Even after, with all the controversy, even the race swap, all that, they still made a lot of money. So it's like, is Mufasa going to actually, take over Sonic 3? Is it going to make more? I don't know. Like, I think no, but I'm surprised before. But I think Disney, the Disney brand has been just ruined over the last few years. I don't think it's going to do very well.
Yeah. Which, speaking of Sonic, though, I'm very much looking forward to that. I saw a new trailer when I went and saw Wicked. So seeing that trailer was pretty cool, and I'm more excited for it now. They confirmed that it's in the same universe as Detective Pikachu, which is funny.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I mean, I it's been like a theory of a lot of people with all these movies, Sonic,
Uh-huh.
Pikachu, Mario, like, are they all in the same universe? Like, are they gonna have a Smash Bros type collab?
I'd be here for that. I think that could
Yeah,
be what they're gearing up for.
yeah, I think so. I mean, they've been super successful, so
Well, yeah, but if they do that, they need to keep it animation though. That's I maybe live action would be cool, but I feel like an animated one would be better.
no.
Really? I don't know.
Well, they're all live action characters. It would have
But
to
how do
be
you do
live
live action
action.
like with Link and Marth and people with swords? Like, you're just gonna have like arms getting chopped off and people getting stabbed in the chest.
Yeah, I
Maybe you
know.
can make it work. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be a little brutal.
Maybe.
Um, but yeah. And Moana. Oh, I guess Moana 2 is out right now.
Yeah, it came out this
Do we
weekend.
know when the live action Moana comes out?
Next year.
Okay. I mean, did you see the pictures of Dwayne Johnson
Yeah, he's wearing a
dressed
bodysuit.
as? Yeah,
He couldn't get
and
ripped enough. He tried.
I know.
Just couldn't do it.
And the wig was
wig.
crazy.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
interesting. I don't know. I'm surprised they put him in a bodysuit. I'll say that.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, Moana 2 is interesting because the first Moana movie is very popular. Like, it's like overall, it's beloved by most people. And it's been a while since I've seen it, so I can't necessarily judge it on a story standpoint. But it's popular. This one was supposed to be a TV show, and Tobias, you remember all the direct to DVD sequels that Disney did back in the day? With Lion King,
Yeah.
Tarzan, Cinderella,
Yeah.
all those movies, like direct to DVD sequels that were just pretty terrible, like low budget, not that great. Like, that's
Yeah.
basically how this feels to me. As far as they were going to make a TV show, and then like, no,
Mhm.
let's try to capitalize on the success of the first movie. Let's actually turn this into a movie. So they took a TV show concept, turned it into a movie, which right there you're already starting off with the wrong foot. Like,
Yeah.
the movie's going to be a convoluted mess. I just know it. Could be
Yeah.
wrong, but it probably will be. And they're trying to, they release it during Thanksgiving and trying to get families to go see it. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, it depends. Like, is it gonna have some, crazy messaging that will get out, and people will be like, "No, we're not gonna see it. It's just garbage." And probably not. I think they're toning it down enough to where they're just releasing movies that parents can take their kids to see, and they don't have to worry about whether or not there's just some agenda behind it. But at the same time, their movies just haven't been that great.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
Well,
What else have you
is
seen?
there anything else coming
Or-
out in December? I feel like there was big movies. While you're looking that up, like, on top of that, I actually looked up what are the next upcoming movies that Disney has slated going forward into all the way through 2026. Because I was curious, and what they have is Moana 2, Mufasa. Then they have the Snow White live action. They have Elio animated. I think it's Pixar. Then they have Tron Ares, Zootopia 2, Freakier Friday, Lilo and Stitch live action, Toy Story 5, Moana live action, Frozen 3, Incredibles 3, a Bambi live action, and a Hercules live action. Now, Tobiah, what do all those except for one have in common? This is Disney's slated movies for the next 2 years. What do all those have in common besides one?
I don't know. What?
Well, they're either a sequel, a live action remake, or a
Yeah.
franchise continuation.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
it except for one, Elio with the Pixar. For the next 2 years, all the Disney movies that we are getting are sequels or remakes.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No,
Like,
that's crazy.
Are you kidding me? Like, this is so stupid. And
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Some of them might be good, but I'm curious about Tron Ares. I like the Tron movies. It's been a while. I'm gonna go back to them. Because speaking of which, so Tron, the first Tron came out in like I think 1986, and that was the same movie that I forget his name, but the Dune movie from the 80s came out. Who's the director? I'll look it up. It was the same year, and so so Rebecca and I actually watched it. David Lynch, yeah, 1984. So David Lynch directed the very weird Dune movie that, man, has so many problems, but was actually really fun, especially because I just read the book, and I've been really into Dune.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So Tron came out in 82. So Tron came out in 82. Dune came out in 84. I say that because there's a lot of elements of the Dune movie that I was watching. I was like, oh, you know what this feels like? It feels like Tron in some scenes, not all of it, but a lot of scenes. And I looked it up. It's like, oh wow, they came out within 2 years of themselves. So like it's just like the CGI, this practical effects, just the whole the sci-fi ish feel. Anyways, it was really interesting. I don't know what. Oh yeah, so Tron Ares, like, I don't know. We've talked about it. Jared Leto likes to ruin franchises, so I don't know, but could be good.
Yeah.
I know. Jeff Bridges coming back for the third time, so we shall see. But anyways, I don't know. It's like there's none of these movies like get me excited. I don't want Toy Story 5. I don't want any of these live actions. Hercules, fine. I don't know. Maybe Incredibles 3. I don't want after Incredibles 2. I thought Incredibles 2 was absolute garbage. Frozen 3, boring. Oh, and then Frozen 4 is supposed to come out. It's supposed to be like they're like a part 1, part 2 kind of thing. So Frozen 4 I think comes out a year after that or something. What do you think of the Lilo and Stitch live action? We're getting a teaser result for that.
Fun.
Yeah. Fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. I hope so. But at the same time, it's like, do we really need this?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, so back to what's coming out. We got the other big one was the War of the Rohirrim.
Oh. Let's talk about that movie again.
Before we do,
yeah, that's fine.
There's actually like there's 8 original movies coming out
in December.
In December, yeah.
Nice.
Never heard of any of them, but
you want to list a few of them off?
I don't know what any of them's about.
Maybe. Okay. I might be.
September 5th, which comes out on December 13th.
I heard about that today. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but I heard about it.
Yeah, I haven't looked into any of these. I probably will after. But Nickel Boys, which is that comes out December 13th as well. The End, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Better Man, Baby Girl, and The Fire Inside.
Okay.
I don't know. One of them's a boxing movie, which looks like it's a girl, a black girl who's a boxer.
Oh.
So that looks like trash.
No one wants that.
Better Man, it's like a Rolling Stones, like their posters, like it's like Rolling Stones, but it's like a monkey.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
it's from the director of The Greatest Showman.
Yeah,
that might be interesting. A Complete Unknown looks like some sort of like teen spy movie or something. I don't know.
Okay.
The Brutalist, I feel like I've heard of that, but I don't know what it's about. And then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the other ones are either.
Interesting.
Yep.
Fun stuff. So Tobiah, we got a clip of War of the Rohirrim.
Yep.
Did you watch it?
A little scene.
Yeah.
Part of a scene, I should say.
Yeah, part
Not a
of
full
a scene.
but
Clip. Yeah.
Yeah, I did watch it.
Are you excited?
No.
So there was this article from Screen Rant, and the headline was, actually I don't have it here, but I remember it says a character ignored by Tolkien finds herself in the spotlight or something like that in the new Lord of the Rings film. Okay, a character ignored. So I'm sure I've talked about this before, but the Hera is a character that was I don't think she was named. I'm getting so mixed up with Rings of Power changes that they made to their story and now War of the Rohirrim, so I might be like mixing things. I'm pretty sure the name Hera was not used in the books in his lore in the appendix, which they had access to and where they got the story. She was not named at all, and so they took this daughter of King Hammerhand and were like Hammerhand, right? Yeah. We're like, hey, let's make an entire movie focused around her. Let's put her in the spotlight. Let's make this very crucial story in the War Rohirrim lore, and let's make it all about her and her agency and her rise to power, her hero's journey, as some say, and let's follow her as she goes on this adventure and shows all the men that she can fight just like them. And it's a character ignored by Tolkien, because apparently a character ignored by Tolkien needs to be explored and made the most prominent character in Rohan, because Tolkien didn't know he wasn't politically correct back then, so he didn't understand his characters very well. And
I'm surprised they haven't announced a show for the skeleton laying near the entrance of the tomb that they went in.
Yeah.
That they looked at. I'm surprised they haven't made us announced a story or a show for that character.
I'm sure it's coming, man.
His story needs to be told, or her story,
or her, or their story.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this. I have anger welling up inside of me I have a righteous anger in me for what they're doing. Like, mostly because I was so excited about this movie when I first heard about it, when I first heard it was animated, when I first heard that they're doing an animated Lord of the Rings movie set in the time of Rohan, the height of Rohan. Let's do it. And then the leaks start coming, the trailer drops, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And I am contemplating seeing it. I'm contemplating going to sit through the disaster it's going to be so I can give it a fair shake, and so I can come on here and rant about it for an hour. But I'm also like, do I really want to waste my time? Do I want to put myself through that? I don't know. I had hopes for it for a little bit, but now I'm like, no, there's no way that they can turn this around and actually make it a good story.
Yeah.
They're making this female, this princess they're turning her into a man, but no, not man. She's better than the man. She's a better horse rider. She's a better fighter. She had and she's the most powerful, I don't know, character in this story, and it's all focused about her. And guess what? I can tell you, she's not going to have any struggles, not going to have any problems. She's going to figure out that she had the ability within her all along to be the best rider, but she kept getting put down by all the men around her, by her father, by the generals, all of them, everyone around her was saying, no, you cannot be a fighter.
Trent,
you cannot
stop describing Wicked. We're not talking about Wicked.
We're getting there. We'll get there, okay?
We're talking about War of the Rohirrim, Trent.
Do you want? All right, well, we should probably stop. I need to be stopped anyway. I'm just gonna keep going. So, do you want to move on to Wicked, Tobiah? Since you're so eager to talk about it,
we'll just talk a little bit about it because I have a lot to say in our mini review.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you? I'm curious. Like, Would you agree that Wicked's very successful? It's making a lot of money, and it's going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Why do you think that is? I'm honestly, what do you think is what's the big deal around this movie? And because we've gotten a lot of female centered movies lately that have bombed and been terrible. Why this one?
Well, the biggest thing would be the following it has from the Broadway show, which was very successful. Never seen it, never will see it. Don't know if it's don't know how closely the movie is to the show, like how much it adheres to it.
It's pretty close. It's just a lot longer. The movie's longer.
Right. And there's 2 movies.
Yeah.
So so don't really that would be the biggest thing. And I mean, even just Wizard of Oz has a big following, so just because of that, people would go see it. And I don't know, that's probably the driving force. I mean, it's got a great production quality. Like, the quality was really great. I mean, they made a better She-Hulk than She-Hulk did.
Yeah. Better green woman. I guess there's probably a lot of parallels there.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. That they pretty much they did most of the movie was done practically. So like even the train or like the bullet train, that was a practical train that they like built, like the whole set. And like the cool. Emerald City, a lot of it was all practical. Like like from a production standpoint, like it looks great. It looks incredible. Like even the goat was practical, and it was just pretty amazing what they. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
but no, the goat was.
You
not
had
practical.
Me going there for a second.
I mean, I'm sure there was maybe a real goat on set, but never mind. Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, they
visually, like, yeah, it was well done.
That's pretty impressive with all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and like like apparently, I think from what I've heard, all the songs are straight from the play, and they're pretty much the same songs, just done by these actresses, singers. I think Ariana Grande did like a good job, like from an acting standpoint. Even the witch, Cynthia something, I think her name is in real life, like she's pretty insufferable. Like I've seen a lot of like the interviews and stuff and things she said about the movie. Like she's like, I can't stand her, but in the movie, like I thought she was fine. Like from an acting standpoint,
no, for sure.
She actually acted.
I know. I
don't know. Like it was
the fact that she lashed out at a fan for editing the movie poster.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you're a big baby. Get over yourself.
Well, yeah, and she like cries in every interview.
You're not that important. Yeah.
No, she thinks she's the most important because she was a green woman that got made fun of for being green.
Yeah.
And she's really black, and people used to get made fun of for being black, and they think that people still get made fun of for being black, but they live in a fantasy world.
Don't. Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything else.
What? What?
So much to this movie. Gosh.
Okay, so what'd you hate about the movie?
What?
What'd you hate about the movie?
Like the entire
everything.
Yeah.
Do you like musicals? Like, what's your opinion? Like, okay, we talk about different genres.
There are musicals that I've liked.
Right.
Yeah.
You love La La Land, right? Like, that's one of your favorite movies.
Yeah, La La Land's good. Okay. It's not one of my favorite movies, but I like it. Yeah. Yeah. No, I like La La Land. I mean, there's a handful of Disney movies that I like.
Yeah.
I watch, you know, Nightmare Before Christmas and
Yeah.
Corpse Bride. I watch those every year. I love those movies.
Hmm. Yeah, I think when musicals are done well, and they, of course, are they when they do a good job at telling a story through the median of music, I think they can be great. A lot of the times they are effeminate. They're for women typically. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like I don't like have to see every musical and love musicals, but I can enjoy them. I can appreciate it for what it is. It's an art form, and I can appreciate
Mm-hmm.
that. I like going to
Yeah.
plays and stuff. I mean, Shakespeare's not musicals, but I like Shakespeare plays. I like different like Broadway esque plays. Sometimes I can enjoy for what they are if
Mm-hmm.
they're a good story and whatnot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like movies like this are it's made for women, but that also doesn't make it a good story. It doesn't actually make it a good movie. It doesn't actually make something that is worth consuming, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Wicked is an interesting one, at least for me. Sorry, did you want to say anything else? As far as where you're going, I can't remember where you were going.
No, I'm just trying to hold my tongue on some of the things because I want to save a lot of it for the
Okay, that's
review. But I think my biggest complaint about the movie is how much they trashed on the original Wizard of Oz.
fair. Really? How so? I'm trying to think. They trashed
Oh,
on the original
yeah.
Wizard of
Well,
Oz.
yeah.
So like they say in the play
On
does.
on the characters of the original, on all the characters that were in the original Wizard of Oz that are in this movie, they completely destroyed them.
Okay. I definitely didn't see it from that perspective, but elaborate, enlighten me. I don't know. You don't have to
Well,
as much as
that's
you
what I'm
want.
saying. We gotta save it
Well, okay, but it's
for
still
the
it's fine. Whatever.
yeah. Well, okay. Well, they ruined
Besides the
the
wit, like the Wicked Witch of the West, like I get that. I mean,
her Glinda. They completely
well,
ruined
Glinda's
Glinda.
not. If you watch the Witch of Oz, I don't know, maybe not. I
Well,
I
what
haven't
she
seen it in a while.
represents, represents in the Wizard of Oz, they completely trashed on that in this movie.
Okay,
She represented good, and they made her bad. The
right? 'Cause
the
she's
Wicked
a
Witch,
good witch.
the
She's a
Wicked
good
Witch,
witch. I'm a
the
good
Wicked
witch.
Witch was the epitome of evil, and
Yes,
they made her good in this.
and they
Then the
kind of
Wizard of
reversed it
Oz,
with yeah.
they completely trashed on Wizard of Oz, made him a complete moron.
Well, he's a moron in the Wizard of
No,
Oz.
he's
Like
not.
he's a fake and a fraud.
You have, oh my gosh.
Isn't it?
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it's okay. Yeah, sure. It's been
You gotta go watch the
okay.
movie
I will. It's
again.
been probably like 15 years
He's
that I've seen Wizard of Oz.
he's no he's a very wise wizard.
Okay.
Well, not wizard, man.
Wait.
Because the whole movie, these characters in the Wizard of Oz. I'm
Yeah.
talking about Wizard of Oz right now. The movie.
Yeah.
The four characters go through their journey to get to the wizard to get the things that they truly desire, because you can go to the wizard, ask him for one thing, and he'll grant it to you. That's what he's known for.
Right.
So through the whole movie, you got the one that wants a brain, the one that wants a heart, and the one that wants courage, and then Dorothy, who wants to go home, right? Yeah. So they all go through their journey. They get to the wizard. They find out he's a fake, but through his wisdom, he tells them, like, no, you don't need those things from me. I'm not a great man. You don't need those from me, and I can't give them to you, but you already have them. You look at what you did through your journey. You already are smart. Look at what you did through your journey. You already were courageous, and you did these things. You already have a heart. Look at how the good things that you did on your journey. You already have that. And so he was a wise man and a gracious man. He was presenting an image, a fake image, but he was the point was that he was a wise guy that would help people.
Okay. Good.
And so,
yeah, got it.
In this movie, they did the opposite. They made a complete buffoon and a moron and
a
an evil
ruler.
moron.
Yeah.
And completely ruined his character.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I haven't seen Wizard of Oz in probably like 15 years, so I don't remember.
Yeah. Those three characters which are the main characters in this movie.
Got it.
All got completely ruined.
Yeah. All right. Whatever you want to do. We could keep talking or we can move on. I do have a couple things that I wanted to bring up.
To talk about Wicked?
No, beyond Wicked. No, I'm done with Wicked. I'm fine with being done.
Okay. Yeah. No, I might edit some of that stuff out.
That's fine.
I'll leave some stuff in.
That's fine.
To tease. Or did I take anything out? Ooh, you don't know. Now you got to go subscribe to patreon.com/thepowbros to listen to the full mini review.
Yeah.
And we appreciate your support.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
And we have the other end of the Wicked and Gladiator 2. Put those together, make a word that Tobiah doesn't like.
Okay, how do you pronounce it?
Glicked, right? Glicked.
Okay.
Glicked. It's not wicked.
I thought it was
Glicked.
Well, if you were
Gladiator.
reading it as it's written, it would be glicked.
Well, yeah, you're right. So I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard anyone pronounce it, so I'm just making that up.
If it's glicked, I guess. But
glicked.
Either one of them are just weird.
Anyways, I reviewed. I saw Gladiator 2 after we recorded the last episode. I'm not going to talk about it too much. Mm-hmm. Gladiator 2 sucked. It was just as gay as Wicked. Wicked was probably a little more gay, but it was still pretty gay. Denzel Washington's character was a buffoon, and well, no, not a buffoon. He was just poorly written. He was basically like a Denzel Washington with a Brooklyn accent, thinking that he's a 20-year-old man that can take on people that are 20 years old. And listen to my review. I don't know. And the most annoying thing about it is the main character, who plays Lucius. He tries to act like Russell Crowe, but falls flat over and over again. Like, he really tries to talk like him and deliver lines the way that Maximus would, and it just falls flat. And he doesn't have any gravitas to him. He's not a good leader. They tell us he's a good leader. They tell us that he's all these things, but they tell us that he's filled with rage for what Pedro Pascal's character did. But it just they don't show us.
Right.
So, anyways,
interesting.
It wasn't good. I just wasn't.
Yeah.
But it does suffer by the fact that it has to be compared to the first Gladiator. If it was left to itself, it'd be a little better, but still, it wasn't that good.
Right.
And speaking of sequels, do you want to know what the top 15 highest domestic grossing movies of 2024 are? Okay, we're nearing the end of the year. Okay, We're looking back, and we'll look back over the next few weeks a little more, because I want to maybe talk about like what are our favorite movies for the year or something. But anyways, top highest grossing movies. All right, let's see if you see a trend here. We got highest one is Inside Out 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, Despicable Me 4, Beetlejuice, Dune Part 2. It came out at the end of last year, but the box office went into this year. Twisters, Godzilla x Kong, Kung Fu Panda 4, Bad Boys Ride or Die, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, It Ends With Us, which is based off a book, Wicked, The Wild Robot, A Quiet Place Day 1, and Venom: The Last Dance. And what do all those, except for one, like the list I gave earlier, what do all those except for one have in common?
Yeah, it's all sequels.
All sequels. Literally.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Except for It Ends With Us, which is based off of a book. Okay, the sequels are adaptations. It's all sequels. Inside Out 2, Deadpool, Wolverine, Despicable Me, Beetlejuice, Dune, Twisters, Godzilla. It's over and over again. These are the movies that people went to see this year because that's all they gave us that was of any good quality. Maybe, I don't know. Most of these movies were pretty terrible. But
Yeah.
it's like, and The Wild Robot. The Wild Robot's only one, and I once again, I'll praise that movie for years. I think it is incredible, and it deserves to be on this list. But I think it should have been higher. I think it should have made more money than most of these. But it's like, and we'll say it again, Tobiah. Why is it that the highest grossing movies of 2024 have been sequels or connected to
not
a franchise?
Yeah. Well, it's because the only people making original stuff aren't these big box companies that can make, put tons of money into original stuff. And so when you have just like these smaller companies making stuff, they don't have any trust from the public. So people, aren't going to go see that stuff, especially with how, a lot of like independent stuff is also just known for either being gay or just have nudity. Like that's just what they're known for. It is what independent original stories are known for. And that's pretty accurate. So there's no trust in the public to even go see anything that is out. Or it's got racial,
it's identity politics.
Yeah, it's got identity politics or whatever. And so, there's just no trust to, like, nobody's going to go spend their money to go see any of those movies and take that risk because they know most likely it's going to have one of those things. And, so like, it's just kind of a safe bet for most people, even though a lot of this other stuff is garbage too, but they kind of know what they're getting into. Yeah, there's just not really anything getting made that's good.
Right. Yeah, I mostly agree with that, but at the same time, there's a lot of movies that came out this year that were made by big studios, but didn't make any money because no one really cared because it wasn't connected to a franchise, a big name. And it probably wasn't that good anyway. There were a lot of good movies that were not on that list that I said that I've seen this year, and but then there was a lot of movies that weren't that great that were released. Like Fall Guy. That was that was connected to a franchise. I can't really say that.
It was.
Well, yeah, a TV show back in the day, like an old TV show. So I don't know.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, so not really, but like it didn't break the top 15.
Right.
Trapped. That M. Night Shyamalan movie. There's a lot of horror movies. The Civil War that came out this year didn't make much money. And what I don't know, probably wasn't that great. Fly Me to the Moon. I know you was that. Wait, Fly Me to the Moon.
Civil War was trash.
Okay,
I watched it actually.
Yeah. Fly Me to the Moon. Monkey Man was another one that I heard it was actually okay, but just didn't make much money. Blink Twice was a horror movie. I never heard much about that.
Well, horror movies just in general don't ever.
They don't. I know that
much money.
True. So that's probably not. We Live in Time, which that Andrew Garfield movie that came out already, right? That came and went.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was trash too. So.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Challengers, with that tennis movie with Zendaya, trash.
Absolute trash.
Yeah, that's kind of all I see here. So like the original movies that did come out this year didn't make any money because they probably weren't that great and they weren't connected to a big franchise, and Hollywood has to rely. They're putting all their money, all their eggs in the basket of sequel, and remake, because that's what they focus on. That's what people are buying, because there's no original content. They have to rely on old franchises, IPs, names that people recognize and know, in order to get people to go spend $16 something in at the theater. You know, if you have a family, spend $50+ take your family to go see a movie. They're going to go see movies that have a name attached to it that they know. And sadly, Hollywood's going to look back on this year and be like, "Oh, look at the top 15 grossing movies this year. It's all sequels for the most part. Let's go let's keep on making those movies. Let's keep on making sequels." And what's Disney doing for the next 2 years?
Yeah.
Making sequels.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
Unoriginal as always.
Yeah. So, Captain America: Brave New World.
Oh boy.
Supposed to come out February what?
Isn't that Valentine's Day? We mentioned last week Valentine's Day movie I thought was Valentine's Day, but wasn't. Oh, yeah, Fantastic Four. This one's Valentine's Day, right?
Just checking. Yes, it is Valentine's Day. It's supposed to come out on Valentine's Day
last week.
So 2.5 months from now. And guess what they're doing right now? Reshoots. They're doing reshoots.
More work.
Because they did a test screening.
Is it? So it's true. I didn't hear about the test screening thing. I just heard about like them going back. They actually did a test screening, and they're like, "Oh,
they did test screenings, and it got horrible feedback." So they're like, we need to make a few changes." And
awesome.
So they are actually 2.5 months before it's supposed to be in theaters.
Awesome.
Like, I saw this giant display at the IMAX, a giant display for it that says February 14th. I'm like, that thing is going in the trash, because there's no way this movie is coming out on February 14th and being anything.
Complete.
Yeah, like, it's just not going to be complete. Like, it's going to be complete trash if it comes out. I mean, no matter what, it's going to be complete trash. But
yeah,
like 2.5 months before we're supposed to see it in theaters, it's getting reshot because people were like, "No, this is pretty much garbage.
Yeah,
you need to change this."
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
doesn't surprise me. And what their $300 something million budget is now going to balloon to like $400 million, which means they have to make like $900 million to break even. Like, it has to be $1 billion film. Yeah. And there's not been very many $1 billion films this year. I don't think there's going to be very many $1 billion movies next year. And
this one definitely
not going to be this
because
one.
Nobody cares about Sam Wilson that much.
Sam Wilson as Falcon was fine. I didn't like Falcon and Winter Soldier, the show. I didn't like that. But before that, like, I thought he was fine. I thought he was funny. I think Anthony Mackie's a good actor. I think, he's fine. But he's not Captain America.
Yeah.
He's not Captain America. Yeah. No one wanted
this is their first attempt at passing down a mantle.
Are you joking?
Isn't it?
I mean, I feel like that they've been passing down the mantle with every character.
Well, like an actual, like, this is Captain America now. Okay. Like, we don't have, like, this is Iron Man. We don't have, this is Thor. We don't have, this is Hulk. This is, there's renditions of all the characters. Yeah, I mean, like, but Black there's no, Panther, like, after Captain America, Brave New World, and it's not, and it's a different Captain America.
I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah. This is the first time. I mean, we're gonna get more. We have Ironheart. She's the new Iron Man, I think. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. I guess that's the thing. It's like, are they gonna give her the name Iron Man? So no, or Iron Woman. I don't know.
Right.
She-Hulk. I mean, they kind of tried to pass the mantle because they had Hulk in the show, and he was like teaching her and training her and saying, like, you're gonna.
Yeah.
I don't know, but not that mantle. Because what other? I mean, the only other one. Well, Thor. I mean, they tried to do that with Jane and Thor.
Well, yeah, but those are all the female versions. I'm talking about like just same gender, same.
Oh, okay.
Same mantle. I think the female Thor and the female Hulk and
those are just
all the female versions. That's just different. That's just different.
This is
it's
like,
just, yeah.
Hey, this is the new.
This is Captain America.
Captain America. Yeah, you're right. I mean,
and it's going to be complete trash for their first attempt.
I think what happened. I think they're terrified of releasing this movie because I think they thought it was a good idea about probably 2 or 3 years ago. They're like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and do a new Captain America movie. Let's put Sam Wilson in the suit, give him the shield. We'll make a TV show to lead up to it, and we'll do this movie. They were not expecting to spend $300-something million on it and do a bunch of reshoots. I guarantee you that. And now they're like kind of terrified, and I think that's probably why they're doing reshoots, because it's like, oh, we need this movie to be good. We have everything going against us already. We don't need the fact that it's just a terrible movie to be against us when it comes out. And I think
well, what's crazy is the first set of reshoots is they reshot the entire movie.
Yeah, well,
they filmed an entirely new movie compared to the first one.
Harrison Ford.
They did it. They filmed 2 movies and neither of them were good enough.
They got 80-year-old Harrison Ford to come back and do a whole nother movie that he already shot. And they shaved off his mustache in order to do it. Yeah. Or they didn't make him grow back his mustache. Again, assuming they shaved it the first time. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think they wish that they could make this go away, and that they wish they didn't greenlight this movie, but they already have. They've already shot it, and because this was being made during Phase 4, and they didn't, and because it was received so poorly, they're probably like, oh no, like no one's gonna like this movie. We need to get through this. And if I were them, I would have just like kept it as low budget as possible and released it and then just moved on. But no, they're like, no, we need this to be good. And so they're spending every dime they have to make it as good as they can. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to see it just because it'll be entertaining. We'll see. Or maybe I won't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's all I had.
Yeah. Same.
So, Tobiah, do you think Wicked is going to hit $1 billion?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't know. I think it has been well received overall. I don't think they're helping with the marketing and like the interviews that the actresses are doing, but I think this has enough of a following and enough good word of mouth that I think it might. Granted, we are going into December, which, as we said, there's a lot of movies coming out, a lot of good movies. So
yeah,
our
starting first week,
right?
Like first week of December. I mean, it's right off the bat.
Moana 2, a lot of parents that might take their little daughters to see Wicked are like, no, Moana 2's out. Let's go see Moana. So it might hurt it a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it might. Like, I remember Inside Out 2 made like 1.6 or something billion dollars. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't expect that, and that was this year. And there hasn't been very many $1 billion movies, so like people are very selective in what they see. But and another reason why I say that is because of Barbie. Barbie made $1 billion as well, and that was a girl brand movie. And this kind of goes back to a lot of the things that we talk about. Is like, put aside the fact that it's not a good story, it ruins and poops on Wizard of Oz, and isn't a good. These girls aren't the characters aren't good role models for young women and girls and so forth. Put that aside, it is still a girl brand movie made for women, and women are going to see it. Women went to saw Barbie. Barbie was a girl brand movie made for women. Now it had Oppenheimer, and so the whole Barbenheimer fiasco, and they're, like I said, going back to the whole Glicket thing, like they're trying to recreate that. Gladiator 2 is not going to hit $1 billion. Gladiator 2, I think it's going to fall off a cliff. I think it is already falling off the cliff. I don't think it's going to make that much money. It doesn't have very good word of mouth either. Wicked, I think, has way better word of mouth, and I could see it hit $1 billion just because it's a movie made for women. Just as like we should make movies that are made for men, and not make Marvel movies and Star Wars movies that are made for women, because those brands are boy brands. Those are men. Those are for men. Those are for guys that want to go see a superhero movie, want to go see Star Wars, want to go see Lord of the Rings. Oh, let's make a Lord of the Rings movie for men. Crazy idea. Oh, made $1 billion. Wow, can't believe it. No. Instead, we're gonna make a Lord of the Rings movie for women who aren't going to see it, and that movie's gonna bomb, and no one's gonna see it. And it's not gonna be any good.
Yeah, so dumb.
Make male brand movies that are for men. Make movies that appeal to men, and make movies that appeal to women. And there's some in the middle. Sure, fine, those are those movies, but don't try to overlap it. Don't try to make a Wicked that's geared towards men. No one that won't be successful.
Yeah.
Don't make a Lord of the Rings movie that's geared towards women. It won't be successful. It's common sense.
Well, yeah. The problem is I would say, I mean, I guess I have no idea, but there's so many female executives making decisions, and pushing for more females in these male-based movies, and that's why we're getting all that.
The Force is female. Yes, yes. Oh, yes, yeah, girl.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to close this out?
Yeah, I do. I guess. I think.
Cool.
Well, this has been fun, as always. Thank you all for joining us, for listening to us ramble and rant and talk about everything going on in the world of film. Thank you, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Be discerning as you consume entertainment, as you watch films. Be careful what you watch. Enjoy the good and the true and the beautiful, and throw out the garbage, and glorify God in all that you do, and watch good movies and all the things. Thank you, guys.
Head over to Patreon. Listen to our mini review of Wicked
and Gladiator 2,
and 30 some other movies.
Yes.
Cool.
Check it out.
All right. See you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.